What up, guys? We just got back from Kansas City Collecticon, and man, I am spent. Thankfully, there's only a few articles we're going to be touching here on the Tues news this week, but man, what an experience. Just happens to be a, news topic that is really close to my experience with Kansas City Collecticon. So the end of the video, we will kind of talk about that. But yeah, let's jump on in, shall we? We have a Eevee Evolutions Premium Collection box. Oh yeah, we're getting into the Eevee hype again. This is going to be coming to GameStop. It's actually going to be kind of expensive. It's on November 11th for $70. Now, we're not really seeing a traditional holiday set, or we don't really know of one yet. So maybe we're just going to have some holiday products. GameStop's product is going to be this Eevee Evolutions box, so maybe they'll have something else, but looks like we're for sure getting an Eevee Evolutions box. This is November 11th. Maybe we'll have something released in December, but yeah, let's take a look at this box, shall we? First impressions, just scanning over the article, I'm kind of underwhelmed. We do have the Evolutions hype products, and this is almost kind of like the Eevee Heroes or Evolving Skies hype product, but it's mostly not really associated with that set. But it's obvious that there's a lot of hype for Eevee right now. Evolving Skies reprint didn't pretty much do anything for that market aside from reignite it, and so yeah, they're of course capitalizing on the Eevees once again. Overall, it's all EVVs. That's kind of hard to say EVVs, but they're solid artworks, but they're nothing special. They're not like super cool artworks to me. If you're really into modern, maybe you like them a lot more, but yeah, overall just solid. You do get quite a few packs. So you get all the promo cards here that are listed, all the Evolutions. But let's go ahead and go back to the packs and see if we can see. We got some Brilliant Stars. Looks like we got Astral Radiance back here. We got Lost Origin. So looks like that's probably a Fusion Strike if I had to guess. That little, blue and pink there. So just modern packs. So yeah, you can be the judge. You get all 9 promos and 9 booster packs. So not too bad. They're labeling it on PokeBeach as a must-have for collectors, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. If you love buying a variety of products, it's going to be solid. But if you're going for the big stonker cards or the big stonk collections, maybe hold off. But don't take my word for it. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably underestimating the Evolution line. There was a product back in the early 2010s with the Eevees on it that were just normal hollows. I think I sold my set for $20 like, 5+ years ago. And now people really want that. So yeah, people are going to want this in the future because there's a lot of Eevee collectors out there, but there's better options. So unless you're a diehard Eevee fan, look at your options, but it's a solid product. Moving on, we got the Mew V-Box and Kyurem V-Box. So this is Best Buy. This is going to be November 4th, so I want to say a week before the GameStop Eevee box. But we're going to get a Mew V-Box and a Kyurem V-Box. And they come with an additional Mewtwo holo card, it looks like, for the Mew. An additional Zekrom card for the Kyurem. I feel like Zekrom always gets more love than the Reshiram. Speaking of, I just picked up the character rare in with Zekrom on it at the Kansas City Collecticon. But yeah, so this box is only going to be $20. You only get 4 booster packs, so keep that in mind. Pretty okay box. It's not as good as the Eevee box, but yeah, it gets the job done for a pickup product, maybe just an extra product for Christmas. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the bigger piece of news here, which I believe is a pretty good fix. So Japan takes action against resealed booster boxes. So keep in mind, this has really only been a big problem for Japan with Eevee Heroes. We haven't really seen this be a giant problem before, unless you go way back to like WotC boxes. But Eevee Heroes is a different beast. People are buying boxes from stores that, people just sell or whatnot, and, they're taking action. So essentially, the old booster boxes opened with a flap. They just had plastic wrap and a flap. So essentially, all you had to do is be real careful opening your box and be really good at plastic wrapping. However, the new booster boxes are going to be terrible. So, not terrible, but tearable. So there's a little tab here, kind of like, some Amazon packages where you just pull the tab, and cardboard envelopes. Let me see if I can show you. There you go. You can see it right there. So now you're going to be physically ripping the box itself to open this thing. So there's going to be plastic and the rip tab. So that should be pretty good for the time being. Eventually, we're going to get to the point where people are going to be trying to duplicate the box itself and not just the wrap. But this is really solid. It is a solid step. It eliminates a lot of people. And yeah, it's a very good step. I wish we saw something like this on the English side. This has been a problem on English as well. Maybe they can actually learn something and implement something relatively quick. But yeah, I doubt it. There's going to be severe lag behind, and I just hope they can adjust to it. In the US, we almost have this mindset of, well, we just make the product and people buy it or not. It's not our fault if people, get resealed box or not. That's after the fact. We already made the sale. We don't care. Japan cares a lot more in general about its markets and its experience. The US has to care about its experience because they want to drive the sales, but Japan is a different beast. They do things differently, much to respect, very respectful to the customer. That's why I love them for that. And this is a solid jump in the progression of how we can combat this. So very cool to see. And yeah, very exciting for the sealed collectors. But for the sealed collection, I was at the Kansas City Collecticon, and I tell you, if you saw my video, or maybe it's going to be coming out after this. So if you want to see what I bring, I brought a first edition Jungle and Fossil set and a art set of Jungle and Fossil packs. 2 of those packs were heavy, and I sold them all. But I tell you what, it was hard work. People do not want to really deal with sealed, especially old sealed. There's a lot of people there who buy the boxes and they break the boxes for their streams, and maybe they had some light packs that they're selling and stuff like that. But the market for sealed is just so sketchy right now that it's just got everybody paranoid. My buddy converted a lot of slabs for like a base set pack, and then he was trying to convert that pack into like some graded cards, and it was really hard, like even knowing that he got that pack from one of the most reputable people there at the show. It was like an actual business, not just one guy. It was hard for him to move that pack. And we're just entering a world, where people are just keeping so much of this sealed that you almost wonder, if it's going to be this hard to offload sealed in the future, when the modern sets right now are worth $1,000 a box, whenever that is. Just think of how exaggerated the resealed is going to be then. It's only going to become a bigger problem. It's not going away. So yeah, very interesting. And if they do implement something like this, any box before this will be really sketchy. Maybe people will be more comfortable in the future with like boxes like this, but anything before this is going to be real sketch. So I don't know. I've always been weary of it, but I almost had my eyes opened even further about the uncertainty of sealed. Granted, it's good because, it's sealed product. You're more likely going up. But as far as finding buyers for that, I mean, it's just cloudy waters moving forward for sure. So that's my thought on that. It's going to be really, really good to see. But yeah, hopefully there's a better fix, especially moving the product in the future and getting rid of that paranoia. I don't know what we could do, honestly. But the next set for Japan is going to be Paradigm Trigger. We have a Lugia V-Star. We kind of expected Lugia to be in the set. We had Vulpix featured in the Incandescent Arcana. But on the Silver Tempest pack on the English side, we had Lugia artwork. And we still didn't know what the second set was. So essentially, Incandescent Arcana and this set will be our Silver Tempest. So it was no surprise that we saw a Lugia, because it was on the English pack work that already got leaked that we covered in a other episode. I got a gnat flying around me. Don't you guys hate those things? But yeah, here we go. It was live streamed for the Champions League tournament in Yokohama. They got the set trademark in January, but yeah, this is the first info we have about the cards. We have a Lugia V-Star, but we have some other ones, so let's just go ahead and drop down. It's going to release in Japan October 21st, so about a month from now. It's going to be 98 cards, and yeah, we have unknowns as well. Look at this artwork. We have one of the new Reggies. We got Pikachu. We actually have two new Reggies. Morpeko. What do we got hidden below? We got Omnistar. So we got a lot of cool guys. But, you know, biggest thing for me is the Lugia looks sick. And we have Unknown coming in hot. So let's go ahead and check out the artwork, shall we? Here is something I thought was interesting. I think you get a booster pack containing 1 of 5 promo cards if you purchase a booster box. So that's really cool. I mean, you could get a different art. It's not quite an alt art. I guess it is, but it's not like what you're thinking. So you can get a promo card with Lugia V-Star, Lugia V, Skyform Shaman, Archeops, and a Energy, and it has the set stamp on there, as you can see. So it might be cool to pick up, you know, maybe this Lugia with the stamp if you buy a booster box. I think that would be a little more rare than the actual set itself. And just look at the artwork. I love the artwork on this Lugia a lot more than the V-Star. This was actually drawn by Arita, so very cool to see that. Here we have a closer look at some of the promos, but, you know, mostly it's going to be about the V-Stars and if we're going to have a alt art Lugia. We do have a special, they call this almost like a mystery box. This is going to come with a few products and like some booster box or booster packs rather. But let's see, it's got 1 of 4 card sleeves, so you don't even really know the card sleeves. You're going to have a variety of card sleeves. And it has a 7 booster packs, 1 of 4 promo cards, and then the 1 of 4 deck boxes as well. So you're buying a product for the products inside, but those products can be a random pool. So some sleeves and some deck boxes are getting more rare now than others. And so yeah, it's interesting to see a product like that for sure. And here, of course, we have the Silver Tempest artwork, but I want to get into the Lugia cards. Full art Lugia, I mean, it looks cool. It looks like he's making like a rap album or something. Almost looks like Team Yell, you know, how they, or I forget what they were. I think it was Team Yell and Sun and Moon, how they do like the movements. It looks like he's doing one of those movements. So kind of, you know, for me. It is a solid card. We haven't had a Lugia card in a while. It's going to be a hot card, no doubt. But just look at the artwork on the V. I think the V just kills it. Arita is the artist. Just very cool card. It captures Lugia as how he's meant to be, like in the ocean waves and looking menacing. This one just doesn't really capture that. It's more cartoony. So very cool artwork there. Here we have the V-Star. Once again, it's cool and all, but not as cool as that V. Gonna be a hot item for sure. But check this out. We have Unknown. We have an Unknown V as appearing on Unknown V. So really, really cool to see that. I like the V there. I like the full art. Is it a full art? Is this the alt art? It's kind of hard to tell because it's so plain. But yeah, I wish maybe they had different unknowns, or maybe they could do a question mark. You know, it's kind of cool they went with the V, but you know, it's not the coolest unknown letter. We have a V-Star though, which I honestly actually like the look of this. This is a V-Star that I like a lot. Looks like we got the A-S R, or is that, yeah, I guess that's an R and then a T and a V. So it's I think it's a V-Star, spelling, you know, V-S-T-A-R. So that makes sense. Yeah, very, very cool card. I love the look of this. I love how they're like kind of traveling through space. Really solid card. Honestly, one of the best V-Stars I think that they have came out with so far. Really like the look of that. Here are some other cards, but you know, that's mainly the big stuff. We'll get some more spoilers here soon. But yeah, let's hopefully get a alt art Lugia. That'll really be the chase. I mean, can you imagine maybe he will outperform the Moonbryon, if it's a good artwork. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Tues news, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Take a look at those Kansas City Collecticon videos and the podcast dropping next Sunday. It's going to be something special. We got some almost insider information about Disney Lorcana. You see me post some videos about that. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.